There we go. You're back. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Hold on tight. You're in for one crazy, epically cool, and amazing ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one. Oliver Schultz, Josh Nolan, and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. Nevertheless, with us tonight we have USAC superstar, retired superstar, nevertheless, Jerry Coons Jr. Welcome with us tonight. Welcome to the show, Jerry.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. So, Jerry, let's talk about your racing career. Where did that awesome ride begin for you?
Oh, it started when I was 5, like most people, starting quarter midgets and raced quarter midgets for a couple years, and then there's probably a year or two off there, and then got into go karts and a lot of dirt track. Did a little bit of road course pavement stuff, but yeah, and then go karts right into midgets.
So, when you first started off your racing career, Jerry, did you have like instantaneous success, or was it kind of a building curve to get to that point?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. The quarter midgets, I was 5, 6 years old. I struggled. I think I probably tore up a lot of stuff. But go karts, we were racing locally. I mean, it didn't run nationally, or anything. We were running locally, and there was some good competition. But we won quite a few go kart races. When I moved into the midgets, I was 14 years old. Then it was, you're supposed to be 16 then. We got away, kind of cheated that up a little bit with faking birth certificates, but we were kind of stuck because you really couldn't do anything. You couldn't run TQs. There really wasn't micro racing. So there really wasn't anything to do till you got to be 16. But midgets, I did win a race my first year in a midget. And I would say by the, I don't know, third or fourth year, I mean, we started having some pretty good years after that. But so like I said, I mean, it was definitely a little bit of a building blocks.
So, Jerry, okay, how much success all total have you had with your racing career?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how many races I've won or anything like that. I haven't really kept track. I've obviously fortunate, had a very good career. When I decided to kind of move to Indiana and pursue racing as a living, and able to win championships, 4 USAC championships and the Triple Crown, and have won a lot of or a few big races, and so it's been certainly can't complain. It's been a really good career.
Okay, so Jerry, you're retired now, right?
No, I'm still racing.
You're still racing. Okay. So what is your 5-year plan with your racing career now looking forward?
Oh, I mean, I don't really have a 5-year plan at all. I just race for fun. I mean, like I said, I did it for a living for a long time. I was racing, 90 to 100 races a year. And now it's just kind of pick and choose the races that I can do or want to do. So, I don't really have any kind of plan of, if I'll quit, retire, what. I just, I'm fortunate enough to have a couple people that I'm involved with, as far as Patty Bateman with Silver Crown Car. We kind of run she wants to run the dirt stuff, and we don't run all the races. Same thing with my midgets based out of Oklahoma City with George Malone and Matt Johnson. We kind of same deal, pick and choose races. It's good for both of us, and some other stuff here and there. So I don't really, like I said, don't have a plan. Just if I get in 18, 20 races a year, I'm good with that.
Okay. So Jerry, you don't have a 10-year plan with racing then either, do you? I bet, right?
No, certainly don't.
Okay. Okay. So Jerry, with your racing career, let's talk about your race car numbers. Where did those all come from? Did they come with the car owners, or did you bring your own number to the car? Or?
No, I mean, they were always up to the car owner. The only number that was ever one we came up with was when I ran our own car. My dad's car was number 12, and I don't know why I liked number 12, but that was just a number that I don't know. I wanted it in quarter midgets, and the first year in quarter midgets, I didn't get it because 12 was already taken. And then lo and behold, the second car that we bought had a 12 on it. It was a red car and with a gold leaf number 12 on it, and I had always wanted to be 12. So we kept 12 the whole time that I ran for my dad's car, my dad's stuff, whether it be the midget or sprint car. But once you move on and start getting hired to drive cars, you pretty much drive whatever numbers on the car.
Okay, so Jerry, with your racing career, what is your favorite racetrack that you've ever raced on?
Oh, I mean, I think Belleville High Banks was always probably my favorite. That was just it's a historic place, but to me, whenever in the late '80s, early '90s, even in the 2000s, I mean, that was kind of the Indianapolis 500 of midget racing at the time, and now it's kind of Chili Bowl, but then it was Belleville, and there was just a neat track that, and not only the track, but the whole facility, the town, during the fair, everything kind of made it special. But I have to certainly say, between Belleville and, of course, even though where I grew up racing Manzanita, but both racetracks, the half mile and the quarter mile at Manzanita, were really put on great racing. And so I'd say the half mile at Manzanita ranks right up there too.
Okay, so Jerry, do you have a home racetrack you race on anymore, or is it just kind of all over the place?
Yeah, it's just all over. We just race enough. Don't have a home track.
Okay, so Jerry, with your racing career, who works on your race cars now?
Well, I mean, the cars that I drive now, I mean, they're, like I said, I don't have anything close to me, so they're pretty much ready when they get to the racetrack. I mean, I do primarily the setups on the cars. Like I said, with the midget, Matt Johnson. Matt used to drive his grandfather is George, who owns the car. But I mean, Matt and I work together and go through notes and stuff. But I really have the final say on what we do to the car. And if we're on the road traveling or something, then I certainly don't mind helping out, working on the cars. But we just I'm not close to any cars, and I've got our own, my kids' cars that I take care of and work on. So I've worked on, like I said, I've worked on cars. I've had cars that I've raced full time that I maintain. But when you're kind of the point racing is for a living, it's hard to. And you're racing. One car was out of Ohio. One was for a while. One's out of Wisconsin or something. It's you don't get to work on them a whole lot during the week.
Okay, so Jerry, with your racing career now, who do you have for sponsors on your race cars?
Oh, I mean, primarily, on the midget, Gateway Paintball is probably our primary sponsor. They're out of St. Louis, and Schmidt's Trucking out of Fairbury, Nebraska is probably primarily the biggest two. We've got some personal sponsors. I work for Impact Racing, and of course, so we've got some sponsorship through Impact on the safety side, and I've had help from Racing Optics over the years, and FK Rod Ends, and TJ Forge for the most part. We run the TJ Forge wheels on a lot of our stuff, and but Silver Crown Cars kind of not a lot of sponsors on that one. Pretty much Patty takes care of that.
Okay, so Jerry, with your racing career now, when you're getting ready to strap into your race car to go on the racetrack, what helps get you more mentally focused to go out and do this?
I mean, when you've done it for long, you do it for a living. It's just kind of you just kind of do it. I mean, it's just kind of like, I think going into work and sitting down and doing what you do. There's not really anything that I think you especially have to do to get focused. It's just, it's in there. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Okay, so Jerry, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
Oh, it kind of depends on where you're at, I guess. But I usually don't eat a whole lot at the track. We usually, we'll grab something on the way, maybe, and just kind of depends. A lot of times I won't eat. Not that I won't eat, or some people just don't eat at the races or during the races. They just like, no, I won't eat. Not that I won't, but like I said, I usually kind of eat on the way, and a lot of times get too busy to eat sometimes. So, whatever the track's got, kind of whatever's available. Whether it's a barbecue sandwich or a cheeseburger for the most part.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Jerry, when you're away from the racetrack, what's your go-to restaurant?
Well, we kind of now live in a smaller town, and not a whole lot to choose from. really. So, it's, I can pretty much eat about anything. I'm a big steak person,
Ooh.
pasta, pizza, and all that. So kind of, you know, kind of not too specific. I'll eat plenty of different items.
Okay. So Jerry, when you're at home, what's your favorite thing to cook at home?
Oh, I'd have probably steak, steak or a
Oh yeah,
cheeseburger.
steak, amazing. Good choice, Jerry. Good choice.
Oh, oh
So
yeah.
Jerry, do you have a racing nickname that they call you in the racing world?
No, not really. Um,
Not really.
no, not. I've had. I mean, some guy friends and stuff somewhere along the lines. I think it was um, Bernie at Indy Race Parts when I first kind of moved out here to Indiana. Started calling me Coon Dog, and I guess that one's kind of stuck for the most part. So I guess a lot of people call me Coon Dog, but that's about it.
Okay. So Jerry, who are some of your friends at the racetrack then?
I pretty much anybody at the track, I guess. I mean, it's you're around so many different people, whether it's especially now, like I said, a lot of what I'm talking about, I guess, is my kids race too. But we're at so many different tracks, whether it's he's running a micro or running the D2 midget series, and whether I'm running a Silver Crown car or a midget. You're always kind of around different people. So racing for the most part is pretty big family, and when you're there, you're kind of stuck. You're not stuck. You kind of stick around your team, kind of stick around the car because you're there. It's a job, and you're there to concentrate and work on watch racetracks and watch track what it's doing, and so really just kind of primarily there to staying with the team that I'm with for the most part.
So are you pretty good about reading what the track is doing as far as when you're out there, this is what the track is doing, these are the changes that we need to make?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I feel like I've been doing it for a long time, and you kind of get in a routine a little bit of what you're doing to the car. Setups don't change a whole lot. It's just keeping up with the track, but certainly can miss. It's always how much do you tighten it up or what have you. But yeah, I mean, we miss it every now and then, but I feel like for the most part, cars are pretty close.
So Jerry, is there anybody you'd like to thank for helping you get this far with your racing career?
Well, I think the list is too long to sit here and start naming names off because, like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, and it all started, again, just as my dad and I, working out of the garage type thing, and like anybody else for the most part, just going to the racetrack there. But again, I'd be here all night if I'm fortunate that. I'm very fortunate that I've had so many people help me along and car owners and have built some great friendships. That's the good thing is there's car owners that, we've always remained friends. It doesn't matter if I got fired or if I quit. We've remained friends. And I think that's a big thing. So, every car owner I've ever driven for has helped me in my career in some way. And, there's been so we'd be here all night to to thank everybody that or mention everybody that's helped me. So it's like I said, been very fortunate and thankful for what I've had, and the rides I've had, and the friendships that have been made.
So Jerry, do you have any crazy stories you'd like to share with us about your racing career? Like, man, I had this spectacular win here, or I had this crazy incident on the track.
Well, again, unfortunately, half of my I think I've forgotten. When you race 90, 100 times a year, it's I've had people say, "Oh, I remember when this happened," and I just flat don't remember it sometimes. But you know, there's always those crazy Belleville Nationals. We blew a power steering line, and it was all I could do to hang on to the car. Unfortunately, we got a red flag, and the work area then was open, and we had another car, so we were able to steal the power steering line off another car. The other car put it on and get it on during the red, and not lose our position, and ended up winning Belleville that year. And same thing that I think it was the first Belleville I won. with the Wilkie team. I mean, we ran the last 5 laps in the rain. Luckily, nobody crashed and took the checkered flag and was rolling down the back straightaway and rolled out of the throttle and dropped the valve in the motor. So there's just a lot of crazy things happen, and some things happen the other way. We've been leading a race coming for the checkered, and a yellow comes out and get a flat tire under the yellow, and so it's we've all had them. And sometimes it works in your favor and sometimes it doesn't.
So, Jerry, I'm going to turn the mic over to you now. You can ask me some questions if you'd like.
I wouldn't have a clue what to ask, honestly. Yeah, I'm not very good at, I guess, not being very good at being the interviewers. And leave that to you guys.
Okay. So, Jerry, thank you again for being on the racing show with us, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. So, Jerry, do you have a racing page that the racing fans can follow you
on? I really don't, honestly. It's one of those things that I don't race that much. And I don't even have, even on Facebook, I've got my own personal Facebook, and that's about it. But, like I said, I don't race enough to really do all that anymore. So, like I said, I'm on Twitter. We put some things on there, but it's just not specific to racing, just kind of my personal Twitter is about the main thing. That's about it.
Okay. So, Jerry, thank you very much for being on the racing show with me tonight, getting to know you a little bit better, talking to us about your illustrious racing career. And I'll tell you what, I wish you and your son, Cale, all the success in the world as you guys move forward into your racing careers.
Yeah, appreciate it very much. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, not a problem, Jerry. I'll let you step out now. I'll talk a little racing news, and I'll try and reach out to you and give you a call and thank you in person, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jerry Coons Jr., USAC Silver Crown and USAC Midget Superstar out of the state of Indiana, on board with us tonight, talking to us about his racing career. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little racing news update there for you. I'll tell you what, Erica Enders has become the winningest driver in National Hot Rod Association competition. I'll tell you what, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she has got over 76 wins in a pro stock car. So congratulations to Erica Enders and her Melling Racing Team Pro Stock Chevy Camaro. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about going further into the racing season, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, racing's starting to wind down around here, but on the West Coast, racing is going pretty smooth yet. Also, ladies and gentlemen, good luck to Blake Sapricone and his racing team as they go for race for $5,000 to win this weekend. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank, congratulations goes out to Leah Pritchett or Leah Stewart for taking over the top fuel dragster point lead in National Hot Rod Association competition. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Also, I would like to thank our sponsors, Dirt Track Race Cars and Company. Go hit up dirttrackracecars.com or Dirt Track Race Cars and Company for all your racing diecast needs. They have some pretty awesome stuff out there. They got some brand new 1/64 scale sprint car stuff out there. They have the 8D of Doug Wolfgang that he raced in the 1989 Knoxville Nationals that he won in. That's in 1/64 scale. They have the 29 car of Doug Wolfgang, the Weikert Livestock car that he won the 1985 Knoxville Nationals in. They also have the 8 car, the orange 8 car that he raced in 1990 in the World of Outlaw Series in 1/64. They also have the 47 Danny the Dude Lasowski, Gil Sonner, Casey's General Store, 1/64 scale sprint car. They also have the 1 Nance Sammy Swindell sprint car that he raced in 1982 in 1/64 also. So go hit up dirttrackracecars.com for all your racing diecast needs. I would also like to thank Manning Motorsports and Brody Manning for sponsoring this racing show. And also, I would like to thank New England Hemophilia Association / Walking with Waylon for helping out with this racing show also. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would like to sponsor my racing show or be on my racing show, you can email me at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 712-209-7138. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. The Josh Nolan and Oliver Schultz Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Sorry. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, continue living life at full throttle.